Well, hello, boss, and thank you for joining me today. I hope you're as excited as I am to learn a few new tips because I'm about to get you through to extremely beautiful women. As you can see, the title of this course is 5 Shifts to Get in a Relationship with 9s and 10s. So the following course is basically an explanation of how I discovered the 5 shifts and defined each one. Think of them as the 5 laws of attraction. They're absolutely crucial for your success. I've had many opportunities to observe my matchmaking clients succeed or fail when it comes to relationships. I've noted some clients thrive in their dating journey while others struggle. I have seen men join my matchmaking service and meet several attractive women that could have been the one, yet they unwittingly sabotaged a perfect match. Other men establish a relationship with a woman within days, and there are still some who struggle just to get a second date. Some clients just search for a unicorn, and when they do, I help them identify that unicorn. My 5 laws of attraction are shifts in attitude and action. So here's my promise to you. If you watch my course today, I will give you a step-by-step systematic approach that will show you how to get your relationships with attractive women to the next level. I will help you attract a gorgeous woman without wasting time and in a way that feels aligned with who you are. No player, no pickup artist, cheesy lines, no gimmicks, no deceptive attraction techniques. I know it's 100% possible for you to have everything you've ever dreamed of in a woman and even more. Just keep an open mind and think beyond, even if you think you've done all there is to do 1,000 times before. Things are only going to remain in status quo if you stay idle. All right. My number 1 rule is do not hide. If you can't stand going out on dates, then I've got bad news for you. Hiding behind your keyboard or computer screen isn't enough, or even your cell phone. Even if you get her to commit to a date, you have to know how to win her heart. You need to be ready and willing to be rejected as well, a number of times by exceptional women, but it's not going to be hundreds of times. Yeah, rejected is a harsh word that touches a nerve. It can even bring all types of negative connotations, which could result in negative thought patterns. Please, let's look at it a different way. It is simply that you are not a match, and you can't be everyone's cup of tea. You know that, and neither can the women, right? Okay. So here's the hook. You must be willing to unpedestal the attractive women. And when it is time, you've got to reject them and walk away. Beauty just can't compensate for your deal breakers. And just like these women, you're looking for your perfect partner in all ways. So please save yourself the pain of dating the wrong women. If you want to be in a successful relationship with an attractive woman of substance standing by your side, the type of lady that is typically out of the average man's league, then act like an exceptional man who is out of her league as well. She couldn't compete with your business prowess. Respond to her as if you have 20 more just like her, but don't say that to her, and she'll never look at you as less than ever again. Perception is key. So the good news is, over the years, I've noticed that men who succeed at creating a power couple with their significant other, we're all doing these 5 simple things that I like to refer to as shifts. These shifts, these 5 shifts, are the difference between those who get results and those who don't. The laws of attraction depend on a shift in your thought and approach. These are the action steps. This means that the men who do not find success will date as usual, but they're just not going to close the deal. Or they will date women knowing very well that they would never end up tying the knot or crossing the finish line, and that they will end up leaving her at some point. I began studying the superstars, my clients who were winning at dating. Once I figured out those things that they were doing, I started implementing them in my program, and the results spoke for themselves. Relationships formed, people moved in together, they worked on their projects together, and many of my clients got married, and those who wanted children got started on building a family unit. I've got a warning for you. Many of the things I'm going to teach you today are the exact opposite of what you've been doing. If you believe your money, status, looks, and power would suffice to get you women with model-like looks, you will overlook the other key dynamics between a male and a female. There are 5 key shifts in thoughts and action that are necessary to find, to attract, and to stay in a relationship with a gorgeous woman who will be just as enamored with you as you are with her. The laws of attraction, one could say the rules of engagement. All my clients are highly successful business owners, entrepreneurs, executives, celebrities. Looks-wise, I work with tall guys, short guys, bald guys, attractive guys, average-looking men with average weight, with a few pounds overweight, men in perfect shape, pardon me. I mean, I really work with every type of guy you can think of. But there is one thing that they all have in common. They are at the pinnacle of their careers, they have enviable lifestyles, and no one would ever guess that they struggle at finding lasting love. In fact, they do not have challenges dating women. They don't even need my help to attract beautiful women. The truth is, they are female magnets. But when it comes to being in a relationship that doesn't involve the terms compromise or being able to build a legacy or sharing similar values and goals, it's often a completely different story. Many of them end up in the friend zone completely bewildered. Often they are exactly the man these women say they're dying to be with, but therein lies the difference between a male and a female. You, my man, you are proactive. And if you want it, you go out and get it. Successful men like you make it happen. A lack of control is seen by women as controlling, desperate, boring, or too formal. It couldn't be further from my clients' intentions. They'll do anything for these women, but women are governed by feelings, and they're more enamored with chemistry. And no matter how destructive it has been, let me just tell you that I can't control what men do on dates. So I had to come up with a set of steps to create balance for my clients when they are out on the hunt. Applying my key shifts will get you in the relationship you seek with a 9 or a 10 while creating total attraction. Once that happens, then your natural magnetic personality will grab hold of any woman. And please, don't underestimate the power of your success. A driven man is all I work with. Failure is not an option for either of us. So I'm going to share with you the 5 shifts you need to master. Number 1, the power of integrity. Your love life is like a mirror. It reflects the image you have of yourself. The image is stuck in your subconscious. If you don't start fighting that voice inside your head that keeps telling you you won't be able to do better, you won't. That doesn't only apply to your business goals. This applies to your personal life and your relationships. So let me put it bluntly. If you believe you aren't good enough or that certain women are out of your league, you will say and do things that will send the wrong message. You will project the wrong image of yourself. And as a result, women will sadly tell you that they feel no chemistry or that the connection they seek wasn't there on the date. To preserve your integrity and the core of who you are, you will have to stay clear of all confusing messages that will inevitably teach a woman to disrespect and resent you. And let me add that you can only hide your wealth for so long before she catches on to what you have. So even the most well-intentioned woman will be groomed to be a taker. It's a state of mind. You will hear things like, "You don't appreciate me anymore," or similar complaints. While you want to put a smile on her face with a lovely gift, please be careful of the message you're sending. The problem with relationships that start with money as an attraction trigger is they become toxic and they will affect your mental health. Ultimately, you will be wasting your time. When you are sure a woman is only after you for your money, you're going to feel betrayed and unloved. You will also be mad at yourself for trusting her. And the bad news is you're going to start to resent all women as the pattern continues. Everything I have shared with you is based on this foundation. What you believe is who you become and who you attract. If you've ever voiced statements like, "I'm too old," "I'm not wealthy enough to get these attractive women," "I'm too short," "not famous enough," "not attractive enough," "not alpha enough," to have the woman of your dreams, then you probably have made some catastrophic mistakes. Let me be clear, you do not have to change who you are, but you do have to change the way you perceive yourself. If you want to stop attracting low quality partners or average women, you have to stop thinking like a low quality partner. And you have a decision to make. Stop settling for crumbs, or stop settling for a woman who is less than who you are. The next issue is a problem I see all the time. Men prefer to date in misery than to be alone. They will date a woman that does not want to participate in his life. She doesn't make him a priority. Someone who is not emotionally available, someone who is just coasting by, someone who won't commit to the relationship. I actually want men to stay single so they can be available when the right woman comes around, when the kind of partner they truly want comes around. Dating with integrity means integrity of who you are, integrity of your true happiness. Find the woman that will give you what you need, the love, the respect, the intimacy, and the trust that you deserve. You've achieved so much in your life. You've never settled for less than anything else that you've done, but you do this in relationships. Why? This may mean that you are not aligned. And the reason being is because you allow that area of your life to be a wreck. You unconsciously have a set of beliefs that drive your partner choices and keep you in a rut. Think about it. So this brings me to the second shift, a subconscious manifestation of meeting women that you will never be able to achieve a successful relationship with. You, my man, are fishing in the wrong pond. So let's look at the second shift, fishing in the right pond. It's really easy to stay in your old patterns of dating the same women all over again. You don't have a scarcity problem. You actually have a type of woman problem. There's only one reason you don't fish in the right pond. You either think you can't find the right type of women, or you don't know that you're fishing in the wrong pond. Because if you knew that you could meet, attract, and keep the exact type of woman you would marry, why would you waste your time dating the wrong kind, right? Finding your dream wife feels really good. Dating hot women that you know are only a fly-by-night experience does not. So many men think that they have to take what they can get, that having a girlfriend looks better than being completely single. I mean, you have needs, right? It's much easier to look like you have it all with a beautiful lady by your side than to have to explain why you can't find a woman to commit to. You may have experienced the disappointment that comes along with planning a life with a person only to learn that you're hooked and committed to a person that does not share your values and does not want the same things out of life as you. Or you may have been courting women in what I will refer to as the wrong pond, only to realize that the women aren't biting to your bait, or that you've been fishing in a pond that doesn't have the kind of fish you want to catch. As you start dating, you will be fishing. You'll be fishing in the body of water that you choose for attracting the lady that you want. Choose the wrong pond, and you're not going to find what you're looking for. Choose the wrong bait, and they will swim right past you. You will perpetuate the cycle and keep attracting the same women over and over again. Allow me to explain. If you avoid asking questions, date the wrong women, you will end up feeling miserable in a really bad relationship. I can't even tell you how disappointed you will be when you face the fact that the relationship is doomed. Your success lies in the question you will ask and how you will test her for everything she claims. So if you are this maverick, outstanding entrepreneur, highly successful CEO or executive, why aren't you in a committed relationship with a high-value woman? Could it be that you don't understand women and that you don't know how to speak to them? This brings me to shift number 3, which I believe is the secret weapon. Breaking down the trophy wife matrix. The trophy wife matrix is the essence of a woman. Her core needs, her beauty, her femininity, her intelligence, her sixth sense, her fragility, her nurturing ways, and her strengths and her weaknesses. An effective way to seduce a woman, especially the ultra feminine women you're probably looking to date, is to penetrate her mind and create attraction triggers that will seduce and practically hypnotize her into desiring an exciting and fulfilled life with you. Once you learn how to break down her matrix, you'll have the tools to ignite sexual tension and create attraction and stay out of the friend zone and other dead zones. You have to make the date about her, not you. She only cares about how you make her feel. So let's talk about how men and women have been meeting these days versus back in the day. How did men date the old way? You would have opened accounts on Match.com, Tinder, eHarmony, Bumble, Facebook, Seeking, Sugar Daddy, Luxy, or whatever dating site you're using. You would get introductions from friends and family, go to networking events, happy hour, go to the gym, church, or a place of faith, sports clubs, go to a bar, a nightclub. You'd find someone you find attractive and hope there's chemistry on the date. It was always a toss-up to have both you and the woman feel that sexual tension, maybe 50-50, maybe 3 out of 10, maybe 1 out of 10, depending on your average. Maybe if you went on enough dates and made enough rounds of these activities, maybe you would find your wife. Somehow, some way, you would meet this high-value woman you would want to marry and live happily ever after with. But that's not what happens. You get to the date and you drive the right car, you wear the right jacket, you have the right watch on, you look great. Let's not kid ourselves. You have the right title. You heard or read somewhere that you need to listen to women and treat them nicely. Yeah, women do prefer nice guys at the end of the day, but you're missing one key element of the conversation. You only speak to her like a confidant, and you neglect to speak her on the right frequency. Our old strategy doesn't work because it's happenstance and luck. When has anything you've ever accomplished been about pure luck? Personally, in my life, a little luck and a lot of preparation has gotten me results. So how does it work? What's working for the established men and beautiful or younger women today who find each other for a long-term relationship? What's the new way? The sexual frequency, also referred to as chemistry or connection or sparks that a woman is looking forward to finding on her date, is something you can learn. In fact, in the past, you've put yourself in the friend zone all on your own. It isn't something she did. It is something you did not do, and only you can undo. And if you get the opportunity to do so, we'll be able to help you with that. If she is gone for good, that's not a problem. Plenty of fish in the sea. So go ahead and find yourself a new woman. Let's look at my client, Phil. He was dating on multiple dating platforms. He was putting himself out there, texting women, calling them, screening them, inviting them for dinners, taking them on trips. Now, let me ask you, how much time are you spending on women? How much money are you spending on dates, new shoes, suits, ties? How about gifts for the women? How much money are you spending on travel to meet the women or to fly them in? Do you have the preparation needed to succeed at this phase of the dating process? Before investing in my coaching, my client would send me these text messages practically bragging about the women he was going to spend the next few days with. I observed and wished him luck every time. A few days later, he'd contact me again, still undecided to come on board. And again, he would show me which ladies he was pursuing, only to end up single after the date was over. I knew there was a simple communication adjustment he needed to make. Clearly, he did not have an attraction problem, just a retention problem I needed to help him fix. So my client went out on a date when he finally joined my service, and he's very attracted to fit women. It's a must, it's a deal breaker for him that women exercise. And so he met this beautiful woman who clearly worked out daily and told her that he did not like flabby arms on women. No, she did not have those flabby arms, but here's what it triggered: fear of abandonment. And what she did is she got turned off and ran for the hills. So how many times have you been on a date, said something that turned a woman off, and had no idea what you did wrong? These are the types of things that we deal with my coaching service, and how these are the types of things that we help clients with. Again, never an attraction problem, just a communication and retention problem we solved. You have to understand that women will not stand for this. And if they feel you are going to abandon them and that you are speaking negatively toward women, you're not going to stay more than for the time of the date. Game over. All right. I'm going to show you the new way of dating that is working for my clients right now, creating time for themselves and enjoying activities with friends and family, not on dates that are doomed to fail. To think that you would bet on chance to find your wife is ridiculous to me. Like the high school sweetheart luck that only happens in high school or maybe college, and the chances of repeating that are slim to none. People think that it's strictly a numbers game to find the woman of your dreams, that if you keep dating, you'll eventually find the person that you want to build a life with. Well, we don't. These ways simply don't work. So let's talk about the new way. You don't need hundreds of dates or introductions from your mother. You need to understand how women think, how they react, what they need to hear, and how to fill their emotional needs or love cup. Lose the old habits that keep you stuck in the I don't feel the connection zone, or that attract the wrong women and basically repel the high value women you seek. Say you spend a few hours learning about women's emotional needs, you will meet women with an unfair advantage. Understanding how to talk to a woman and have a man-to-woman conversation style will do all the work for you so that you don't have to do dozens of dates, hundreds or even thousands of women in conversation to find the one of your dream. And just like my client Phil, you will win the heart of the woman you've been looking for. It worked for him, it will work for you. There are one or two things that you are doing in your communication that are killing your swag and keeping you single. You need to find out what you're doing wrong that could be keeping you in the friend zone or causing the high quality women to ditch you after one or two dates. You need to bring a different energy to the table. How women will experience you is the key to them falling in love with you. In order to do that, you will also need to sort the right women from the wrong ones right out of the gate. And this is going to bring me to the next shift. the 5-minute draft model. This next shift answers the question of how you identify compatible partners by leveraging your time. I call it the 5-minute draft model. It's a simple 4-step formula that guides you through the perfect draft, scouting, sorting, screening, and testing to choose your wife. Ever enjoyed watching chess players in a tournament? Practicing slow chess can help a rookie to play quickly and learn to become a grandmaster. You start with a classic opener. You move and you react. You're playing off the other person across from you. You even study the opponent's previous chess matches. In dating, the more you know about the laws of seduction, the faster you make your next move. You look at her straight in the eyes and you keep her off balance with unexpected shifts. You combine ideas that have been learned individually, but it is your creativity and spontaneity that will get you the desired results, and eventually you will conquer the woman you want. I've learned the hard way that testing reality is pretty important because people aren't always what they say they are. Even if what they say about themselves is true, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to work for you. An example I like to use is, let's say you play tennis and you're looking for a tennis partner. So you start scouting to find somebody that plays tennis, right? Maybe you do that at your tennis club. You sort and identify people that are looking for tennis partners. You screen by giving people a call that you are looking for a tennis partner, and you talk with them. Testing might be playing a game of tennis with them. Now, just because somebody plays tennis doesn't mean that it'll be a pleasant experience for you. Let's say you play tennis with someone and they're so bad, it's not a pleasant experience for you. Or they're so obnoxious and competitive that it's not a pleasant experience for you. The requirement on paper is different from the requirement that you need to experience for your life and relationship to work. Failure to test will result in a lonely life or an empty one with the impression that the person you're looking for isn't out there. Any requirement that is not met means that the relationship is doomed. It's not going to work. So you have to look for those first. The more insecure you are about testing techniques, the more likely you are to fear rejection. Testing is the art of the questions you ask. If you are reluctant to explain your rights and desires, the relationship will deteriorate. Women need to be informed. They need to be explicitly told. And if they are not, the longevity of the relationship will be threatened. So take my client, Steven, who came to me after leaving his then girlfriend, Stacy. He had started a new journey of personal development and was attending quarterly retreats. Pursuing this path of personal growth was extremely important to him. The first time, Stacy declined his invitation to join him on his Bali retreat, and he thought no big deal out of it. As a matter of fact, she had just started working out with a trainer, and she did not want to miss her sessions. But he kept insisting that he would really enjoy her company on this journey, and she refused to attend the next retreat and the following retreat. And the idea of changing was out of the question for her. Personal development was not something she adhered to. They started distancing and making time apart from each other, and she began her agenda of taking control of the relationship. So here's how it works. In order to change your results, you need to use a simple 4-step formula by scouting beautiful women who meet your standards, sorting the alphas from the betas, screening with the right questions, and testing them surreptitiously before promoting them to girlfriend and then fiance, wife, or life partner. Now, you may be wondering how you're going to get all of those things done. It's already time consuming enough to find women, let alone properly identifying the high value ones from the ones who will not work out. And let me tell you what I believe. Everyone should have a mentor. So the sweet shift is shift number 5. Invest in mentoring. You may think that seeking help with your dating life is a sign of weakness, that men are supposed to have it all figured out with women, and that getting a coach for accountability is ridiculous. But is it really? Accountability is everything. Guiding you and holding your hand through your dates, this will get you into the relationship you seek. Now, let's move on to the first thing you need to do when you get serious about finding the right partner. Setting goals. Finding your ideal partner is like accomplishing anything in life. To know where you're going, you first need a goal. A dating coach will help you identify the goal and is a sideline wingman or wingwoman, an accountability partner that helps you understand the rejections and the failures, kicks your butt when you hesitate and simply feel depressed over the results, and gives you proper feedback, not buddy feedback. As long as you know what your goal is, I can hold you accountable and I can get you to the finish line. Your goals should be measurable and quantifiable, just like the goals you set in your business and in life. They should also be based on your requirements, the real actual boundaries that will be deal breakers in any relationship. And for your information, those boundaries do not care about how you feel. They do not care about how hot she is. Boundaries beat sexual desire long-term every single time. So you pay attention to them, because when you violate those boundaries, that creates resentment, and resentment kills intimacy in a relationship. So you now have a choice. You can forget everything I discussed with you today, or if you're done dating the hot women who bring no value to your life, you can make the decision to learn my shifts. It may feel out of character and most likely uncomfortable because they require change. When something isn't working out, successful people adapt. They identify what the problem is, they create an action plan, and they make the change. The point I'm making is don't do it alone. Find someone who has achieved the success you're looking for, identify the problems with that person, and have them help you achieve your own goals. This decision is yours and yours alone. No one can answer that question except you. It's your call. There's no better day than today to get started. You've probably waited long enough. It's your life. But as someone who knows I can help, sometimes I feel pretty helpless. And in all sincerity, I feel pretty sad. Not much different than when you feel sad when you're in the wrong relationship, wasting your time dating women you can't build a life with. You feel helpless, hopeless, and sad, right? There is no one to share your joys and sorrows with when you're in a wrong relationship. And we can't make memories by ourselves. There's no amount of money that can build a legacy built on the memories you will leave behind for all of the people you love. And you can only fool yourself so long. And someday has arrived today. You're worth so much more to a lot of people who actually care about you. They don't want to see you wake up someday finding yourself old and alone. Time will slip right through your fingers, and so will your life. Stop pretending you're happy when you're not, and take hold of your destiny and start making memories, and your legacy will live on. Today, I promised to share what you are consciously or unconsciously doing to push the right women away and letting the wrong ones in. How to stop wasting time on endless dates with the wrong women and make a choice to meet the love of your life. We eliminated some fears that are holding you back from approaching a beautiful or younger woman so that you can live the dream to be in the relationship you have always wanted. I also showed you how to create sexual tension with women who may be 10, 15, 20, or 25 years younger. and we eliminated the fear of rejection. Women want a little drama and elusiveness in their life. And you are now going to stop entering the friend zone with attractive or younger women because you're saying things out of fear. I'm going to show you how to define your relationship goals and become clear and focused on the type of woman you want, need, and deserve as a life partner so that you can attract the woman you will never want to leave. And finally, we discussed how to change your results and enter a deep relationship with a gorgeous woman without compromising your needs or wants and desires, including physical appearance, beauty, inside and out, intelligence, and overall balance and groundedness. I know it's 100% possible for you to have everything you've ever dreamed of in a woman and more. And I want to show you how to find the woman you will never want to leave. Let's remind you of the 5 shifts. Here's what you needed to win. You have to date with integrity, fish in the right pond, know how to break down the trophy wife matrix, how to scout in under 5 minutes, and invest in mentoring. So you have a choice right now. You can keep doing the things the way you used to do them, downloading the latest dating app, getting on some calls with women, going out to restaurants, dining, wining, flying them in, or you can join my program and change your luck forever. And just to be clear, I do mean meet your life partner.